My Lumia 950XL finally arrived, and so as is the protocol here on the internet, that means that I have to do an unboxing of it. But also, it came with a Continuum dock, so we're going to do 2 unboxings. So first we have the box for the phone. Opening that up, we are presented with the phone, which we'll get to in a bit. Under that, we have the packets of getting started and warranty info that people like us just don't read. In the box on the left, we have the USB-C cable with USB-C on one end and a USB 3.0 connector on the other that we're used to so that we can plug it into a computer that isn't, from the future. And they give us this because the charger doesn't have a plug that can disconnect from the outlet brick. Next up, we have the Continuum dock box, aka the Station d'affichage, apparently. Not sure why mine's in French. Inside that, we have our tiny display dock, which, like the phone, we'll get into in a bit. In its left side box, we have a similar set of cables. We have the cable to connect the phone to it, which is USB-C to USB-C this time, and a similar undetachable power cable. Under all of that, we have another pamphlet of paperwork that people like us just don't read. Now first up, let's talk about this dock thingamajig. If you're not familiar, this dock is sort of one of the big features of Windows Phone in its latest iteration. This dock allows you to plug in your phone and a monitor or TV and grab a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, and voila, you have full-blown Windows 10 running. It's definitely a feature that makes Windows Phone stand out, and one I'll be exploring more in my review in a separate video. The question will be, does that feature make up for any of the pitfalls that Windows Phone 10 might have? But stay tuned for that. Back to the dock itself, it has 2 USB 2.0 ports and 1 USB 2.0 high current charging port, which is denoted by the little lightning bolt, an HDMI out, DisplayPort out, and a USB-C port that can provide power all on the back. On the front, we simply have our USB-C port for connecting to the phone. As for the phone, we have an octa-core processor with 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. There's a small divot at the bottom of the phone where you can get a nail under and pull off the back of the phone to be presented with the removable 3340 milliamp battery, our micro SD card slot for expanding the memory, and pulling up the battery, since this is an unlocked dual SIM version of the phone, we can see both SIM card slots. On the front of the device, we have a 5.7-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 2.5K. At the bottom of the phone, we have that USB-C port I mentioned. On the right, we have our dedicated camera button that I'm always happy to see, and our power button sitting in between the volume up and volume down buttons. At the top, we have our headphone jack, and finally, we have our 20 megapixel Carl Zeiss camera on the back. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please thumbs up it or share it. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want more videos like this on how to get the most out of your device, please subscribe to the YouTube channel or follow me on any of the social networks at dkogan or at The Unlocker. And as always, thanks for watching.